everybody. I'm your host, Jaime Soretta. On this podcast, we celebrate everything local in Arizona. And today we're talking about anime in Arizona with a very local expert. He sits next to me every single day, producer of the 3 p.m., Jonathan Fisher. And Jonathan, I hear people come up to you in the newsroom all the time. Mm-hmm. You guys are talking about different anime, conventions, camps, Dungeons and Dragons. What's going on in anime in Arizona and the rise of it?
Everything is the right answer to that. Yeah. The amount of nerdy culture that has become so popularized across the country and not just in Arizona is immensely growing every single year. I mean, anime conventions alone in the Valley, I think there's probably 10 or 12 that come through as the year goes around, and multiple of them will like double up on time frames and stuff like that. So it's
Are we talking about comics? Are we talking about films? Are we talking about games?
Everything. It is anime, which are TV shows and movies. Mm-hmm. Then there's the manga version, which is the comic book version. That's all Japanese stuff that has come over to America. Then you have the traditional comics that are like DC and Marvel with Batman and Superman and Iron Man, stuff like that. But then you have tabletop games like D&D and Pathfinder, Warhammer, all that kind of stuff. And that all incorporates into other things that are bringing them in, like Stranger Things and Dragon Ball and stuff like that. So like it's everywhere in everything.
Okay, so for folks who want to visualize this a little bit, you have some pictures of some of your experiences here. So we're going to throw some of those up now so we can take a peek at this. What's happening here?
This is from the Brandon Sanderson convention, Dragon Still Nexus. This was up in Utah. Brandon Sanderson is a sci-fi writer. And the man pumps out, I want to say, a book a minute. It is insane. This is from a series called The Way of Kings, I believe. I was cosplaying a character that my girlfriend is the one who read these books. I was like, I'll go with you and I'll dress up or whatever. These guys around me saw me dressed up like the character from the book. They're pretending to be tailors for that character and immediately got into position, posed, had me pose and take a picture and everything like that. And it was a lot of fun. This had 10,000 people at this convention alone. And the book series has 12 in that series alone. And it's part of a giant universe that he's in. It's massive.
That jacket is beautiful.
Thank you. It's $20 on Amazon. I did not get to put a lot of effort into it because I hadn't read the books yet. Right. So this was my first convention, and I was like, let's just kind of go and check it out. Let's see how I like it. Amazing people, fun, vendors, everything like that. It was so much fun to do. So now I've got to start reading the book. So next year, this year when we go, I'm a little more prepared.
Yeah, you can be in character when those tailors run up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to be ready for it.
All right, what's our next photo?
Our next one, this was at Dungeons and Cabins, which is a sleepaway summer camp-esque type thing. It was a weekend in California. For adults, yeah. Everyone was over 21, and we just played Dungeons and Dragons the entire weekend. And it was a pre-made story. We made our characters and stuff like that, and this was one of the times that we were playing outdoors because the weather was pretty nice. A little chilly. I needed to go get a jacket after this, actually. But this is us with our snacks. We have a little map that you can kind of see in the center there. The guy at the end of the table is our dungeon master. He's controlling the story and describing the scene and the enemies and stuff. We were infiltrating a cult that was trying to resurrect a dragon, I believe, that wanted to take over the world.
Where did these stories come from?
Their minds. There was, for this, there was several groups of people that came. So we had several tables. And there were 2 people that wrote this entire encompassing story about, this dragon and this cult and all this kind of stuff. And so each table ended up going to different areas inside of the story. But it was just 2 people who decided from scratch, I don't know, it'd be cool if a dragon wanted to take over the world, and we got to stop it. So they wrote this whole thing around it.
And each one of you are playing a different character, a different role.
Different character. We all joined a specific guild and all this kind of stuff and went off and saved the day.
Is this dice I see?
Yeah, there's dice. We have little trays to roll them in so they don't go bouncing off the table. We've got little mini, I believe the next picture too, if you want to show that, these are like little mini figurines that represent our character. This was one of our characters that was a bard. She was an old woman who was a grandmother, and she was secretly a spy. So the whole idea is that she's supposed to be, I'm just a nice little woman.
Help me across the street. Oh, she stabs you?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to take care of the bad guys. That's the D&D is all about good and evil. And then the next one, this is my character. I was playing what's called a druid, which are typically people that can turn into animals. They're very big on like protecting nature, and they can talk to animals, all that kind of stuff. But I had it where I was a firefighter. So the whole thing was he didn't turn into animals, but he could create fire and control fire.
Oh.
And so if the woods needed to be protected from a wildfire that started, he could stop it.
Oh, cool.
But if there was like a prescribed burn that needed to happen, he could also cause that to
allow
happen.
it.
Yeah. It was a lot of
Okay.
fun. And then the next picture, this was our group fully. We got to take a little group picture, and this is us in a full setup. And you can see all the people behind us. These are all different tables of people. And they each have their own individual stories that all of us together ended up at the same, like, in-game location and fought a big bad guy. And there was like, it was 6 per table, and it was 5 tables, so 30 people
So
playing.
whoever is organizing the camp, they come up with these different individual stories to lead you all to one culmination here.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this event was typically when you have a style like this with a bunch of different tables, everyone's on their own thing. And if you end up at the same time, that's fine. But what they did cool thing about this was in between like us playing, all the tables would get together like over lunch and stuff and talk about what we did, and the information would help each other.
Oh.
It was like they did a really good job of making it so interactive so that like we weren't just friends with this table. I made friends with, I think, half the tables or half the people at each table.
I remember when you came back from this camp, you were on cloud 9. You had so much fun. What
Yeah.
was it about that experience you loved so much?
It's D&D is what gives me that, but having something like this, knowing that I got to meet a lot of people that I don't know if there was anybody in there that had any other common interest other than D&D with me for the most part, but knowing that this was a place that this game in particular and the story that we were telling together was just an immediate common ground, which means you knew you immediately can make friends with them, is something that is really hard to find. I mean, the Valley has so much, and you talk to so many people around the Valley and their stores and their businesses and their lives where they just want to reach out to people and find that connection. And there's a process to that for the most part. Something like this, it's instantaneously. And that is phenomenal.
Well, you mentioned stores.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the stores that focus on anime and that can bring community together here around the Valley.
Yeah.
Where do you like to go?
Gamers Guild is the #1 D&D tabletop store in the Valley, and there's 2 locations. I actually have their addresses. It's on 19th and Bell. That one's up in the North Valley, up in kind of like western side. And then there's one down in Tempe on 48th and Broadway. That one's a little bit closer to me, but they both are fantastic. They have rooms that you can rent out to play D&D in.
Okay.
So they're private rooms away from everybody else. But then they also sell dice, the little minis. They sell terrain. They also, but it's not just D&D. They also do like trading card games, like Pokemon and stuff like that. Magic the Gathering. Those stores, as well, and what's the other one? I got Silver Key Lounge, Old World Games, Astoria. So, there's literally so many I couldn't write them all down. And all of them have events for D&D, for Warhammer, for these tabletop games. For the TCGs, the trading card games, they have a different tournament or event every day of the week.
This is big industry. People are making a lot of money out this stuff for sure.
And you've probably seen the people who like collect the cards for trading card games and then sell them. There's some of the games. I mean, in Magic the Gathering, there's a Lord of the Ring card that Post Malone bought a few years ago for $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was the only card made. Someone found it, and he was like, I want this card. I want it in my collection. I'll pay you $1 million.
And you told me D&D is like living in...
D&D is a storytelling game.
Okay.
So the idea is you create a character of magic or swords or whatever, and then I, the DM, will look at you, and I'll say, okay, you know what? Actually, let's play this out. I brought a pop.
Here we go.
I brought, this is specially made for you. I
Oh my
bribed my way
gosh.
onto the show with this. But I want you to go ahead and open that up for me.
Especially made for me. The dice are beautiful.
Little dice. There's one special dice in there if you want to pull that out. It's the white one. If you look on one of the sides there, it'll say Jamie's Local Love.
Oh my God, stop it, Jonathan. I'm going to cry.
That was custom made by a dice maker here in the Valley.
Oh my God.
I found them on Etsy, and they do custom words and everything like that. And I put Jamie's Local Love on there. And it's on
that's so
what's
sweet.
called the natural 20. So it's a 20-sided die, 1 through 20. And the idea is that you roll that whenever I ask you for certain things. So I'll say,
Okay, I
you
just
get?
rolled that. It's just okay. That was a
just
test
testing
run.
it out.
Okay.
Always have to have a test
So
roll.
you'll say.
So let's say you are a person, you've got swords, you've got knives, you've got bow and arrow, you're out
yes.
camping, you're on an adventure, you're heading to a new city.
Okay.
It's the middle of the night, you haven't gone to bed yet, you're letting the fire die down, and you hear a noise out in the bushes over to the side of you. What do you want to do?
So I roll.
What do you want to do?
I want to get my sword.
You want to grab your sword?
Yeah.
Okay, you pull your sword out. Are you running out to attack?
I'm going to just assess things.
Okay, then let's see if you can take a look and see what you find. So that's where you roll.
Okay.
We're going to do what's called a perception check. What'd you get?
I don't know. I can't tell. Where is it? This one?
Yeah.
My vision, you know my
You
vision.
got a 13.
Okay.
13 is not bad. That's above average, right? So with a 13, I'm going to say that you, in the brushes, you can't see it, but you can hear it and you see that it's a little bit smaller, but you hear a growl, a gnarl. Something's ready to attack you. What do you want to do?
Oh. Can I just give it a little zap?
Yeah. You just want to give it a little
But do you have tasers?
You can use it. Let's say you can use a spell. There's a spell called Shocking Grasp where you put electricity in your hand
and just let it
and
stay.
you stun them. Yeah. Give me a roll for that. Let's see if you hit.
Did I hit him?
Let's see if you hit. What'd you get?
I mean,
You got a 10, right on the money. We'll
Okay.
say yes. With a 10, you're able to just jump in, grab onto them, and shock them a little
Aw.
bit. But they nab onto you,
Oh.
and they get a little attack on you too. And that's D&D. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, it's pretty fun.
It is. It's you get to create this character that you know wants to like fight evil or sometimes fight good. Like some people want to have like that redemption arc. But it's a great way to just tell a story of a character idea or a trope or even like D&D is therapeutic in some. I make jokes that D&D stands for Dungeons and Trauma, because when we create our characters, a lot of times what we do is we create a backstory that's very like harrowing or devastating, so that you can role play that story of overcoming that past trauma and becoming a better person for yourself in the world. And it's a lot of fun. It just makes it easy to embrace and escape.
And you play with many people here at work, and you play for hours. How long does the game go?
I think the shortest game I've ever done is only about 2 hours. The longest game I've ever done was 12. And that was disgusting. I'll never do that again.
That's too long.
It's way too long. But I on average, I play for about 4 to 5 hours.
And then you're going through scenarios like this with every single person.
Yeah.
There's a danger here. What are you doing? There's a danger here.
Just like that event, for most of these, I'm what's called the DM, the Dungeon Master or Game Master, either one. And I create an overarching story. Like there's one campaign that I'm doing right now, and they don't know this yet, so this is a spoiler for them. But they're going down into a dungeon and they're uncovering artifacts of a forgotten city that lives underground. But what they're going to slowly realize is they've already been down there.
Oh, been there before.
They've been down there before and been killed, and they're the clones of themselves.
I got you. That's a good story. You made that up.
It's a lot of it's fun, and it's something that just kind of I don't know. You just get to like be wacky, be fun, and enjoy. You know,
and dress up too. Because talk about the conventions. I know I covered Phoenix Fan Fusion once for GMAS. Oh my gosh! I mean, you just love how all out people go. I've always loved Wonder Woman. I don't know if she fits in this world. I think Comic-Con for sure. But like, she's got the golden lasso of truth. Gosh darn it! She has the invisible jet. She's got cool accessories.
She's got bracers.
Yes, I mean, she does her very fast costume and outfit changing.
Yes,
and she was a journalist too.
She was.
I mean, how do you not love her?
She is an amazing character, and to this day, still is an amazing character. Her comic books are fantastic reads because she delves into that like Amazon and like Greek and Roman goddess type stuff, while dealing with like the modernity of what it's like to be in the real world and that combination. And then also just like the female power that comes along with her is fantastic. But yeah, Anime Arizona and all the other ones that kind of come through, you can dress up however you want. Even if it's an anime one, you can dress up in like superhero stuff. But they're fantastic because you get celebrities that come through that voice and act in a lot of the things you love. We had Lord of the Rings come through and Star Wars characters come through in the last one. But you have celebrities that come through. You have a ton of great local places that bring their food and options. And then people actually get to vendor themselves out with their own creative artistic style.
Well, you said you bought these dice off Etsy, so people are creating everywhere. And that's a place where they can sell.
Oh, yeah. The people are selling clothes, they'll sell merchandise, they'll sell dice and stuff like that, and like D&D accessories. Now that 3D printing is a huge thing, it's everywhere. People will come in and 3D print stuff for D&D or just decorations, desk tchotchkes and stuff like that. It's fantastic. But it's a lot of local, and there are people that travel the country, and that's their whole job is just traveling to different places. One of my favorite jackets I ever bought was like an anime character that's his name's Rock Lee, and he's doing like Drunken Master, Jackie Chan type stuff on the back. But it's like modernized, so he looks like a biker doing it. Really cool. But it was like a custom painted. They'd hand drew it and then like flicked paint on and everything like that. And it was super cheap and it was really good quality, and I still have it. Fantastic.
And you still
stuff.
love it to this day.
I probably go to 80% of the conventions every single year. Yeah, it's just so much fun to see all the people like embracing the world that they love to see in reality with other people.
And then be able to meet those characters and those people who, the voice actors, the people who bring it to life as well. I mean, I could see really it being such a fun thing to do.
It's absolutely amazing.
I think you said one of the was it Gamers Guild?
Gamers Guild, yeah.
Was one that really helped you dial in town as far as finding your community.
I love Gamers Guild. When I first moved to Arizona, I knew nobody. Like, with news, we travel a lot. We know we'll make friends at some point, but it takes time. And so I knew when I got here, I was like, this is a massive city.
Yeah.
I love nerdy stuff. There's got to be something that I can get involved. I found all the stores and I was like, I don't know where to go. I don't know anybody. So I looked at Gamers Guild. It was the closest one to where I was living at the time. I showed up and I literally just went to the cashier and I said, hey, I'm new to town. I don't know anybody. I really like the D&D and I'd like to get back into it. Is there anybody? The dude behind me taps me on the shoulder and goes, I actually have a table and we're about to play in 20 minutes.
No.
If you just want to jump in. And I went, let me buy a set of dice. And I turned back to the cashier, bought some dice, jumped into the campaign, and I played with them for about a year and a half straight.
Oh my God.
And we got through the story and that completed. But then in that year and a half, that's when I started meeting more people at the station. Got them involved, and it just it was so easy. That Gamers Guild was
important to your adaptation to Phoenix and Arizona.
It's a mecca, right? Like those kind of places are an easy place for you to go if you're and you can find these in any city. But like the Valley has so many just alone.
Well, it's amazing. Just open your mouth, ask for help, and people are willing to embrace you, bring you in.
Yeah.
Welcome, come sit at my table, friend.
Absolutely.
So do you create those little characters? How do you make them? Like that firefighter guy you showed us.
It starts in your head, right? Like I had that idea because I have family members that are firefighters, first responders. So I was like, oh, this, I understand how this works on a basic level. So like this could be a fun little character idea. But I've also had the character that I played for that first one. I was playing a lizard that is called a barbarian, and it's the idea is that you just get so angry that you ignore getting punched and you punch harder.
Oh.
And it was one of those things I was like, this is a simple character. I can kind of hop in. But then I gave him, I started thinking, I was like, okay, well, this is the idea of what I'm playing.
Yeah.
Well, who is he?
Yeah.
And you start asking that question. And we gave this story to him of he was the son of a farmer who couldn't pay the taxes on his land. And, some bad people who worked for the king came and killed him.
Yeah.
And so I took up my dad's dream of becoming like a world mapper and started traveling the world. But the anger of my dad being killed was still there. So like, I'm trying to map the world, but there's bad people, so I need to get them out of the way first.
Yeah.
And that's that like devastating, like that travesty or tragedy that you try to work through. Dungeons and trauma. And you just anytime you have an idea, there's joke characters, there's serious characters. There's a way to flesh it out and turn it into a tabletop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned all your local guys who you love, your stores, right?
Yeah.
We have not talked about Renaissance Festival. Hello.
So
We've been talking about this.
I'm going
for
in like
a month.
2 weeks. It's going to be fantastic.
What do you love about the Ren Fest?
My brain short circuited because I wanted to immediately say everything.
Yeah.
It's I keep saying it. It's just another safe haven. But the Ren Fest is very particular because it's not an amalgamation. It is a centrally focused event around the medieval and old school times with knights and everything like that. So you go and it is all of the people that get dressed up and get in character go full out.
Yeah.
I've got video that I can share later, but there's a group called the Washing Well Wenches.
Oh, is this when you were invited on stage?
Yes.
Somehow you found yourself up on stage.
It was my girlfriend at the time because I didn't know what to expect. And she goes, just raise your hand when I tell you
Oh
to.
my God.
And I went, okay.
Oh, yikes.
And so I raised my hand when they asked for volunteers. I get put up on stage and I realize it is the two women are trying to find love.
Oh.
And we are the bachelor contestants, I realized, because I'm a theater kid. I grew up being a theater kid that plays into D&D as well. But I was like, okay, it's time to like put on my theater stage.
Yes. I'm up here.
Yeah, like I'm not getting down. Let's
Yeah.
get involved.
Yeah.
So I made sure I was part of the like final act. I did everything I could to compete for the final act, and I got it. There's a video on my Instagram, and it's I end up chasing her around the venue, calling out for her to love me and all this kind of stuff.
Turn the tables on her.
And I ended up getting her to do something she's never done before. She stopped in her tracks at one point, turned around and came running at me, and I caught her midair.
Oh my God.
And carried her back to the stage.
Oh my God, stop it.
It's so fun, and that's what it is.
And
that's
improv.
Yes, and Ren Fair is all improv. All the actors there's no scripts. In the shows, they might have like a general guideline, but they're making up stuff on the spot. They're interacting with the crowds. I mean, even the jousting, a lot of the times, I'm not sure about the Ren Fair jousting, but that's their big event at the end of the day. But in a lot of the jousting events, those aren't pre-planned. They go based on the crowd's reactions.
Oh my goodness.
If the crowd starts cheering for one of the knights, then that knight's going to win. But
Oh.
not until they get a little bit beaten down first, so they get that overcome.
Oh my gosh.
It's stuff like that that's just absolutely amazing. And it's all local people, and it's local food and stuff like that. It's I will say, when you go to the Ren Fair this year, because I'm going to convince everybody to go, they have a smoked Gouda mac and cheese. $5, and it is a full bowl. It is the best mac and cheese I've had in my entire life. I say that without any kind of like.
And you like to say, I'm a Southern kid.
Yeah, we make some good mac and cheese in the South. All right, like if I had that smoked Gouda mac and cheese with some of the barbecue and wings I had back at home, I could die happy. I'll tell you right now.
Okay, Ren Festival. And I love what you said. You said, I'm not getting down, I'm getting involved.
Yes.
And it feels like there's a lot of just that the overcoming is a common theme. The human tragedy of life is a common theme.
Yeah.
But then the relying on your tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having some courage.
Yeah.
And fighting your way to your next step.
Yeah. It's all of this is one outlet for people who used to be like a little more outcasted or a little less popular to realize that people are people. You know, humans they all have their own flaws and insecurities and stuff like that. And as we reach out to each other, we can really overcome that together.
Tycon?
Tycon. That is a Japanese anime type of convention that comes through. That is in downtown. It is it's the hotel that's on Main Street. I cannot remember
Downtown
the name.
Phoenix?
Yeah, in downtown. It's near near
Renaissance?
12 News. Sorry to call them out, but they're great.
In downtown Phoenix.
Yeah, it's in downtown Phoenix. It takes up like 3 floors of the hotel, and it lasts a
wow.
whole weekend. And that's in, when is that? Tycon. I have it written down, I promise. But I can't find
the
it
spring,
in this
maybe?
quick moment. Yeah, it's very early on in the year, and it's a lot of fun. And it's just like every other convention where they have the celebrities come through, local vendors set up their shop and sell some stuff. Tycon is actually where I got one of my favorite T-shirts.
Oh, really?
Like of just like food.
Oh.
It's just listed out, and it's all like from other countries, and they're listed in their like country's name. But it was someone who made it from screen printing in their own home and decided to go there and just sell a few shirts, stuff like that.
One more question about your
Yes.
D&D. I don't know, what do you call your little player guys?
Just the mini.
Yeah. The
Okay.
mini.
Yeah.
How are you making them?
That's 3D printing.
Oh, it's 3D.
Yeah, I'm actually on the search to find a 3D printer right now so I can start making them myself. But a lot of times there's websites that can make them. And then for a while, actually, this guy I had printed by a local guy. There's a guy that I met at one of the conventions that just, you hand him $5 and he'll print however many you want.
Stop it.
Yeah,
right then and there.
You can make a little mini, and it's you can get involved in any way you want and find people who will like whatever you can't do yourself or make yourself. There's someone who will sell it to you, and they're right around the corner half the time.
Jonathan Fisher, my anime expert. Thank you so much for being with us. I so appreciate your time today.
Thanks for having me on. This was fantastic.
Thanks for listening to Jamie's Local Love, the podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Soretta. Do you know a business worthy of some local love? Email me at jsoretta@azfamily.com. Follow us at facebook.com/Soretta and Instagram @Soretta News. Make sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star review, please. And tell your friends about the podcast and the businesses we feature to show your local love. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Jamie's Local Love, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast.